My name is Angela.
My name is Nicole.
And welcome to the Ominous Stitch podcast. Hello, Stitchers!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Ominous Stitch podcast. And just to be upfront with you guys, this will be the last for a little while.
Just a little while.
We are taking a hiatus, and we're going to talk more about that. But we have some changes that we're going through. Well, let's just talk about it now.
Take a
just
stitch every time Angela cries.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one for me to get through.
I'm going to laugh more than anything because that's my mechanism.
Yeah, that's her mechanism. So, I cry. Nicole laughs through it all.
Where are those two artsy faces?
Oh, the laugher and the crier.
That's us. Isn't that amazing?
Comedy and tragedy.
That's us.
That's us. So yeah, there's several reasons as to why we're taking this hiatus, and we are calling it a hiatus. We are expecting to come back. It will probably be on a different platform. And that's part of the reason. Podbean is going through changes. They are growing as a company. Congratulations to Podbean. We appreciate you. However, when a company grows, sometimes it prices people out. And so that's kind of what's happening to us.
Wah, wah.
They're changing the way they bill stuff. Yeah. And it's just hitting us. And we can't keep up with that right now. So,
and we're busy.
Life is changing, so that's another thing. So that's part of it. And that's the big reason why this feels like an abrupt stop is because it's going to be an abrupt stop. But also life is changing. We're going through changes.
So many. And that's okay. Change is good.
Yeah.
And who knows, like we said, we might be back in a different platform. It could be sooner, it could be later. Who knows? But we just need to
take a break. We need to regroup, and we need to figure out how to move forward with our podcast and with you guys. We are keeping all of our socials open and available, so you guys can always reach out to us.
Always.
And these are going to go on the archive, so you should be able to still listen to us. If you miss us, just go re-listen to maybe your old favorite episode. Yeah. So that brings us into Stitches, Nicole.
Ooh, first stitch.
What is your favorite episode that we've done?
Oh my gosh.
Out of this is 107.
107. And you know, it's funny doing this cryptid road trip. I've been kind of going back and forth from previous episodes where I've touched up on different cryptids. And it's so crazy to think that I was like, oh my gosh, that was what, 23 or 16? Like, we've been through a lot.
Yeah, we've been through a lot.
So I don't know. When I did a poll recently, which didn't get many answers, and that's okay. But I brought out the top 4 that were the most downloaded. And number 1 most downloaded. The Drunken
Granny Square one.
It was the haunted pubs and restaurants east of the Mississippi. Which was okay.
That one was such a great episode for us just because it went viral. And it still is our highest performing episode.
It still gets more downloads than anything other episode.
Else. I don't know what happened with that one, but that's awesome.
Yeah, Samsung.
Yeah.
Thank you, Samsung.
Yeah, I don't know how that one got promoted out of anything, but we know that that's how a lot of Stitchers found us, is because that one just took off.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, and it wasn't even like our best episode, but it's exciting. It's exciting
fun.
that it took out. I mean, the haunted pubs was super fun. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed going to the one with the ghost dog.
That's what I remember most about that
the
episode.
Ghost dog one. And the shirts that had like chicken and grits and whatever.
Yes.
And, ghosts. And we talked about making our own shirts like that. Yeah.
One day.
But
yeah, that was the most downloaded. But for me, I don't know. That's hard because we had so many really fun episodes throughout the time. Mothman was another big one.
Yeah.
And that was,
Mothman was so fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to enjoy Mothman as much as I did.
Right.
Because he just turned into a space puppy. And when you think about that, you're just like, oh, and by the way, my husband sent me a video of 2 moths that are like they're bigger than my hand.
Oh,
how are these moths even real?
Are they the Atlas moths?
I don't know. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
they're
hairy.
Probably
Atlas ones.
And they're like red and gold and have all these colors.
They're very pretty.
Massive and they're pretty.
And
I'm like, this is how Mothman became, like, this is how he was born.
Oh, you're funny.
It's like 2 giant moths.
They're huge. You know, what's funny with the Atlas moths, fun fact is it is an Animal Crossing, and that's the only reason why I know about
how funny.
Atlas moths. Thank you, Animal Crossing,
Yay.
for my science, my learning experiences, because there are so many cool animals and that my kids are remembering, like ribbon eels, and I'm like, wow.
Oh, neat.
So anyway,
that's really cool.
but yeah, so Mothman was fun. What about you? What was your favorite? And I was gonna say last one was clowns, because that was so much
that
fun.
was probably going to be what I was going to say is the clown one, because the clowns are just, it's so, I don't know why I react so much to clowns.
It affects us.
It's
hard,
really funny.
Right?
It like gets me really hard.
Yeah.
And when I was editing our last episode and we mentioned, you showed me the clown at the library, and my reaction to that, I'm like, why are my reactions so big and severe when it comes to clowns?
To clowns.
But yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Diet Love Pass and trying to figure that one out.
I told that story to my kids on a hike recently, and they were obsessed. And my kids were like, can we have pictures? I was like, no, there's not many.
Yeah.
But they were really excited about that story.
That's a big standout to me, because I'm like, I really want to solve that. I don't think that the way that people have solved it is, and it's not satisfactory. That's not what happened. I really do think that there was either aliens or some kind of experimentation that was going on that those poor hikers kind of stumbled into, and they were trying to document it. And then they got caught and ultimately ended their lives in very peculiar and strange ways.
So weird.
Yeah.
And I'm on that cusp for that episode that, what is it? It's hypothermia that makes your brain crazy and makes you think you're really hot when you're really cold. And I get some of that with some of the bodies, but.
Right. I don't necessarily think so. I think maybe here's the hypothesis that I've been working on since we've done Diet Love. And I go back and I revisit it a lot in my head. So in my thinking, either they hurried out fast or they got out, and then they made it, the encampment that they found some of the bodies in, I think they all were there. Yeah. I think they all escaped there. They made a camp, and whatever clothes they had, they would put on whoever was going out to do the observations, because we know they were observing. They had cameras. They were, writing notes, and, but a lot of that was gone and missing.
Right.
So I think whoever they sent out to observe what was going on, they would put all the clothing on that person. But then as soon as that person would die, they would strip the clothing off of them, because that was their only resource that they had. And the next person would go out and observe what was going on. That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It's crazy. There's just so many details to that. Yeah, you're saying there things are missing. I remember that now. Mm-hmm. There was even like an axe missing at some point.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So that one, yeah. Any of the unsolved ones, my brain still wants to go back and figure it out. And as far as the murder mystery ones, probably John List, because that was the first one. Aww. And you really got me with that one, because I cared about him. You made me care about him. And then the next episode, you made me really hate him. So that was good. I love the way that you're able to do that and just kind of change it up for me. But
good.
I don't know. I've enjoyed every single episode that we've done.
They've been so much fun. Huh?
Yeah. I enjoy the ones you do more than the ones that I do, mainly because I'm panicked to do them.
I love yours, the near-death experience ones, and then those were so fun. Are the ones where they, there was good ones and bad ones. I remember that, and the dolls, the creepy dolls.
Oh, the creepy dolls!
That was really good too.
That one was fun.
So we've had a lot of good ones.
Yay! Creepy dolls are up there with clowns for me. Yeah.
They're and there's so many more. I keep I'll read about. I'm like, I don't think Angela touched up on this, and it's so creepy.
Oh, the dolls. Yeah,
there's so many doll ones.
So many doll ones.
Don't possess my doll, please.
Yes, please don't.
I'm going to continue our cryptid road trip today. But there's one more thing I wanted to talk about with the Stitch, because you know me, my brain goes everywhere, and I had to show you this. And I thought it would be fun to share with Stitchers. So are you keeping up with the Olympics?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. There's this one that I'm sure most of you've seen, and it's the shooting. Have you heard the story about the shooters?
What? Oh, the air riflery, or what kind of shooting?
Okay, so it's just like a gun,
the pistols.
Pistols,
yes,
right?
Yes, and they put their hand in their pocket when they shoot, and I think that's hilarious.
Yes.
I'm like, why do they put their hand in their pocket to shoot?
I don't know, but there's this hilarious thing going out. So the story is the medalists, okay? The people who made gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah.
Silver place went to this guy that is the coolest guy ever. Like, he's like your Uncle Bob that was like, I'm going to go shoot.
Oh.
Like, here.
Yeah, my husband was talking about this guy. I didn't see it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show Angela real quick. This is hilarious. It's a TikTok video. Hold on.
Turkey. Yeah, he didn't have any of the apparatuses. Yes. He just went out there and shot.
Turkey won silver, but he won out with just like basic sunglasses or glasses to protect his
regular
eyes,
glasses.
And that's it, and a gun. Everybody else has these apparatuses on their heads, like they need
they have a blinder.
A blinder. There's like they're using these. This guy like
when
Batman.
when they do the air riflery, they have these whole crazy suits to stabilize their bodies.
Right. This guy comes out like in a t-shirt and.
Well, yeah, when they're doing pistols, they put their hand in their back pocket and they just aim and shoot.
Yes.
But even the pistols will have stuff on their visors and blockers and things so that they can just focus with one eye.
Right.
The turkey shooter is just like bam.
Yeah. Nothing. Just comes up.
And
looks
he
like
wins silver.
And he wins silver, and it's so good.
That's badass, right?
That makes me happy because this guy going on this TikTok rant is basically like, he's our everyday hero because he just looks like he rolled out of bed and said,
just like, I'm going to go shoot in the Olympics. And just walks out there and shoots.
Exactly.
There is a 61-year-old woman table tennis player.
Table tennis is intense.
It's intense.
Holy cow. Like Forrest Gump intense. Like
yeah.
She's 61.
61
from a different country.
Yeah. And I want to say it's New Zealand. I don't know for sure. I don't remember. She could have been playing a New Zealand player. I bet it's on TikTok. Let's find out. Okay, I was totally wrong. I just looked her up. She's from Luxembourg. Auntie Nee, 61, beams as she bows out to Olympic table tennis champion. So, oh my gosh, what did she come in silver? She's 61.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, man. 61. She moves more agile than I do.
I know. She's awesome. I was watching her and we were like, wow, I wonder how old she is. And then my husband told me she's 61 from Luxembourg.
She does like flips and things.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's all over the place.
I love
she's pretty awesome.
Good job, man. Yeah, age ain't nothing but a number. See?
Right? You can be 61 and an Olympic table tennis player.
Anything, really.
Right? She's my favorite.
I love it.
I enjoy her. So yay, Olympics.
Yay, that's fun. So we have a very long episode.
Yay! We are going to finish up our road trip because we can't leave things unfinished.
That's me. I felt really bad. So I did a lot of time and I stayed up late and I woke up early.
Yes, you did.
And I tried to get this all done.
We're rushing to get it in.
And yes. So I'm going to bring you every remaining state that we haven't hit yet.
Yay. How many do we have?
A lot. Dozen? I don't know. We have a lot.
Okay. So we got to get through it.
Yeah.
But I do have one more crochet for you guys one last time for a little while. It's just a hiatus.
Yes.
But I thought it would be fitting to do a forget-me-not. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So
it happens to match what Angela
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
We'll have to take a picture and we'll show you.
I dressed to match my crochet stitch today.
It's beautiful.
So should we get stitching?
Yes.
Let's get stitching. Okay, Stitchers, one more time. Okay, so today I thought we would do a forget-me-not, which is a pretty little flower. I liked this pattern because it had this white. There's so many forget-me-nots and so many different flowers that you can do, but I really liked the white in this. So I thought it made it like really interesting.
It pops it.
Pop, little pop color. The main important thing with forget-me-nots is that they're blue. So you need to make sure you have that blue and that nice yellow center. And then this one has this pop of white. And I used a really thick white yarn, so it doesn't look as lacy and delicate as what it can. But, use whatever yarn you have.
Yeah.
And this I found on the interwebs on YouTube. And it's a really interesting video because there's no talking. She just puts it up in the corner and you kind of have to watch her to see where she's putting the stitches into the crochet, but it makes sense. And I broke it down for you guys. So I'm going to tell you, and this is a 3-row or 3-round crochet flower. And it's super cute. I love it. So Crochet by MM is the YouTube channel Crochet by MM. And you're going to start off with a magic ring, which I used to hate, but because of this podcast, I can now do super fast. So yay, magic ring. And then you're going to do 10 single crochets into the magic ring in yellow, and then cut the yellow. You're done with that. That's round one.
Do you join it, or do you just, is this
you slip stitch it together?
Okay.
Yeah, slip stitch the 10th one to the first one, right? So you have 10 single crochets into the magic ring, and then tie it off. You're done with the yellow. Okay. Then you're going to take your white, and I start with a standing double crochet. You can just attach it and then chain 5 if you want to do that.
What is a standing double crochet?
So a standing double crochet is when you do a slip knot onto your hook, and then you wrap around, you yarn over your hook like you would if you're doing a double crochet. You insert it into the stitch that you want to go into, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you don't start with a chaining or anything. You just start with a slip knot on your hook, wrap it over, and insert. So it creates a standing double crochet. It's just a crochet on its own, but it's kind of upside down because the tail is at the top, if that makes sense.
Got it.
I'll show you how to do it sometime.
Okay.
But so I do a standing double crochet. If you don't want to do that, if you just want to attach your yarn, you attach your yarn and chain 5. Okay. And the chain 5 counts as a double crochet plus 2 chains. Okay.
Got it.
So if you do a standing double crochet, you do a standing double crochet and chain 2. Into the same stitch, you're going to do a treble crochet, which is you yarn over twice, and then you pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that's a treble, right? 3 times. Chain 2 into the same stitch, do another double crochet. So your stitch is going to have a double, chain 2, treble or triple, chain 2, double.
Got
okay.
it.
Then you're going to skip a stitch and then do the same thing into the next stitch. Okay. So double, chain 2, triple, chain 2, double. Okay.
Got it.
Skip a stitch. So you're going to wind up with 5 of these double, triple, double with the chain 2s in between.
The petals.
Right. It's kind of like the beginning part of the petal. So you're going to wind up with 5 of those, and then you're going to slip stitch to the first one. Okay. Then you're going to grab and then tie that off. You're done with the white. Then you're going to grab your blue yarn, and then you're going to do an extended single crochet. So I started with a standing extended single crochet, which means that I do a slip knot onto my hook and I go into the yellow. That's what makes it extended. I'm not going into the white, but I'm going into the yellow,
all the way to the yellow,
into the skip stitch of the yellow. And I insert my hook, pull up a loop, pull it up to the height of the white a little bit. It's going to make the petal part of the flower, and then yarn over, pull through for a single crochet. Yes?
Yes.
If you don't want to do that, if you want to just attach your yarn into the yellow, then you're going to attach your yarn into the yellow, and then you're going to chain over both the white, or do a chain over the white. So the white is inside. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the white will be inside the blue. Then into that chain 2 space, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Then you're going to do a double crochet into the treble crochet. And then you're going to do 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space.
So you're making us bigger.
Yes. So that's what's going to make the blue petal part of the flower. And then you're going to do an extended single crochet down into the next yellow skip space. Then you're going to repeat that pattern. So it's 3 double crochets, and then a double crochet into the triple crochet, and then 3 double crochets, and then another extended single crochet down into the yellow.
Got it.
And that's your row 3.
Love it.
And then you have this beautiful little forget-me-not.
It's so cute. Look. You can make what I was trying to make.
I love how it's a podcast. We've done 107 of them, and she's like, look at me, guys. Look at me.
I'm telling you, Angela.
I know.
Oh, look, you can make a crown.
You can
Anyway.
make a little flower crown.
Because it would be perfect. Because they connect.
Yeah, they connect. You wind up with 5 petals, and we were sticking them together. I made 3 of them real quick while Nicole
She's
was
so
showing
fast.
up. So you can stitch them together for a blanket. That would be kind of cool. You have to make like thousands of them, but they can be part of my wish blanket that I keep saying I'm going to make that has flowers all over it, just green with the flowers appliques all over it. Eventually someday I will make that blanket.
We have so many whips. You watch me whip.
Watch me crochet. Watch me crochet. I love it.
Weird Al, you got your song.
Weird Al song. Nice. So make your little forget-me-nots.
Get it.
Try to remember our podcast because we will come back to you guys.
Yeah.
But now,
don't forget us.
Don't forget us.
Don't you
forget about me.
Yeah.
Yay. Are we ready for story time?
Yes.
Okay.
We have so much to talk about.
Put your travel pants on for one more time. This is going to be a long ride.
Woo-woo.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
It's story time.
Stitchers, we are going to start in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, the smallest state.
The tiny state. You know what my favorite memory of Rhode Island is? No, it's not my favorite. It's my most horrendous memory. Is at one point I was trying to catch a flight to California. I was in school at NEC, and so the weather was so bad that I couldn't catch a flight out straight. I had to go to Rhode Island first.
Oh.
So they put me on a train to Rhode Island to catch the plane there to go to California. And as I was getting off the train, I think I was one of maybe 2 people getting off this train. I was trying to pull my luggage out and the train doors closed on my luggage.
No.
And I was like panicking because I'm like, oh my God, I can't get my luggage out. It's going to start going without. And there's somebody in the window of the train watching me. I was like, cool, thanks.
They didn't get up to help.
No,
they're just
like,
I wonder how the struggle is going to go.
Yeah, they were a little farther away so they could see me, but it would have, been moot by the time they get up. So I finally managed to pull my luggage out, and the guy that was watching me just said, "That's messed up." I was like, "Thanks, Rhode Island."
That they almost took your luggage.
I almost didn't have my luggage, so that was a fun trip. Anyway,
oh man,
I digress. So there are 2 cryptids that are really big. I want to talk about both of them, and that's why this is going to be a long episode because I can't decide. I can't choose. All right, the first is the Gloucester ghoul. And interesting that it's called a ghoul because I thought ghouls were like ghosts, right?
No, ghouls are not really ghosts.
Okay, tell me what your definition of a ghoul is.
They're kind of like a zombie kind of a thing.
Okay.
But I mean, people call ghosts ghouls all the time, but they're not. They're
very different.
They're a little bit different.
Okay.
So I feel like ghouls are a little bit more of a solid kind of a thing and not necessarily of human origin.
Okay. I don't
know.
I think
they're different.
Scooby-Doo.
I'm going to look it up. They're different. I know.
She's going to look it up for me. All right. Well, let's go back to the beginning. In 1839, locals began to report of seeing a strange creature in the woods, but unsure if it was before or after the story about notorious pirate Albert Hicks.
Ah, that's my name.
See, Hicks and his crew were allegedly searching for buried treasure in the woods that year. While digging feverishly in the dark, something surprised them from behind. According to Hicks, the beast that they saw was as big as a cow with a body covered in rattling scales, bat-like wings, spiral horns, and eyes that glow like fiery orbs. And get this, as the creature approached the terrified men, flames shot out of its mouth and nostrils, and the flames scorched the brush in its path.
Ooh. I don't like that. That's
right?
Too scary. Okay, so here's according to Wikipedia, in folklore, a ghoul is a demon-like being or a monstrous humanoid often associated with graveyards and the consumption of human flesh. They eat people. In the legends or tales in which they appear, a ghoul is far more ill-mannered and foul than commonly mistaken goblins. So they're pretty similar to a goblin.
Okay.
Yeah, the concept
Creepy.
originated in pre-Islamic Arabian religion. So yeah, there we go. A ghoul.
Crazy.
They eat flesh.
Okay, well, I again don't think this is a ghoul, because as soon as a creature let out this unearthly screech, it vanished into the night. So it didn't even come after them to eat them.
Oh, weird. It just scared them.
Yeah.
Is it like a fear vampire?
I don't know. Didn't touch them. Vampires drink blood, right?
Well, they can, live off of if it's a fear vampire, they live off of the fear.
Oh, it's like a comic book. Okay.
Yeah.
After that initial sighting, locals report seeing the beast every few decades. And besides the scary description in flames, the beast reeks of a foul, sulfurous odor. Some believe that the creature is an unidentified species of cryptid that is lurking in the forests of Rhode Island, and some believe that it is an interdimensional being that slips in and out of our reality at will. So here are a couple pictures
of what we think it looks like.
Yes.
Ooh, that looks like oh gosh, what was it looks like the Jersey Devil.
Oh yeah,
right.
It could be that. It's very relatable. And
yeah.
Then here's one of old postcard.
Oh, what?
Creepy. Yeah.
That looks creepy.
Yeah.
But that first one looks like the Jersey Devil.
Yeah. Maybe they're related.
Maybe.
Creepy. All right. Now there is also the Block Ness Monster.
Block Ness Monster.
Block Ness.
Nice.
Yes. On Block Island, off the coast of Rhode Island, there are plenty of ghost stories and even witchcraft. But in the summer of 1996, 2 sailors were aboard the Mad Monk fishing boat when they got a surprise in the hall. They pulled up. They were startled by a 14-foot-long cartilaginous snake-like skeleton that they displayed once they reached the shores of Rhode Island. A biologist and friend of the sailors wanted to help and stored the carcass in a freezer in his lab. But between 1996 and 1998, mysteriously, the carcass disappeared. Some believe it's just the carcass of a basking shark, but who knows? Let me show Angela. I think you might have seen this at some point.
What the heck is that?
Right?
What is that?
That's not a shark.
It's not. What is that? There's like no discernible feature of a shark.
Right
there. I mean, I guess that could be a dorsal fin up on top. I don't know.
But there's like flaps,
But yeah, it doesn't look like a shark.
No.
It has appendages. I don't even see where its face is.
I think that's its face, like looking down.
Oh, then I thought that was an arm. But if no, it can be the face. It can be the face.
That's what I thought the face was. I don't know though.
Oh, weird. That's just like a blob, not a shark.
No, I don't think so. Okay, we go on to Massachusetts, where the most reported cryptid is possibly another otherworldly entity, and they call it the Dover Demon.
Ooh.
On April 21st, 1977, around 10:30 p.m., 17-year-old Bill Bartlett was driving around with friends when he noticed something sitting on top of a stone wall. Curious, he slowed down to get a better look, and he got a better look. He was shocked to see a creature with a large watermelon-shaped head, glowing orange eyes, and very spindly limbs. It scared him very badly, so he drove away as fast as he could. And he remembered a lot of those details and was able to sketch the creature soon after. Later, when questioned, he swore on a stack of Bibles that the creature he drew was exactly what he saw that night. Then, just 2 hours later, on the same road, which was determined to be Miller Hill Road, 15-year-old John Baxter was walking home from his girlfriend's house when he could make out a figure walking towards him. He thought it could have been a friend of his, so he called out but received no response. When the figure came closer, he realized that it wasn't human because it had glowing orange eyes and long fingers. Baxter backed away as quickly as possible until he reached the main road where a car with 2 people in it were approaching. He flagged them down, told them what he saw, and they drove him home. He also sketched what he saw. The first one I'm going to show Angela is from the first one.
Okay. Oh, it's an alien.
It's an alien.
Yeah. Ooh, he's got like a peanut head.
Yeah. Well, he said big watermelon head.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Ooh, it's an alien.
Yeah, I agree. The following night, around midnight, there was another sighting on Springdale Avenue. 15-year-old Abby Brabham was being driven home by her friend Will Tainter when they both noticed something on the side of the road. They described it as a creature that Bartlett and Baxter both described, except instead of glowing orange eyes, this creature's eyes were glowing green. She also sketched the creature later, but she described it as having a baby's body with long arms and legs. Well, that's just creepier. I don't like that.
No.
Later, Will Tainter was driving back home with a different friend when they saw the same creature run quickly across the road. The sightings caused a lot of media attention, and at one point, the 4 teenagers, Bartlett, Baxter, Brabham, and Tainter, were issued polygraph tests, and they all passed. They didn't know each other, except for Brabham and Tainter, and no apparent motive to lie or collaborate. They were all really good kids as well. The police that were involved with an investigation, became involved with the investigation, but they never found the creature, nor physical evidence or clues to support them. They concluded that the sightings were either a school vacation hoax or a figment of their imagination. The creature was never spotted again. Now, some believe it was a misidentification of a moose foal or a snowy owl, but that watermelon-shaped head, I don't think so. Because moose, I was trying to find pictures.
Yeah.
Their limbs are really creepy long. They're
creepy long and odd shaped heads.
And you saw alpaca that are shaved look like creepy aliens.
Leave my alpacas alone. They're awesome. I love my alpacas.
But firstborn babies and shaved ones.
They look like aliens. Yeah. They're very, very skinny with really, really long limbs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so I understand. But how can you, a moose or a snowy owl? Those are very different things.
Very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. See,
it's an alien.
Me. Yeah.
It's an alien.
Next, we go up to New Hampshire, and we're going to discuss the woods devil. There are some similarities between this cryptid and Bigfoot, but I feel like Woods Devil is sort of a distant cousin.
Okay.
Here we go. Similarities. They are tall, roughly 7 to 9 feet, with shaggy tan gray hair, very elusive and very stealthy. And they also use trees to hide behind, but here's where it's a little different. Instead of, Bigfoot being a lot more stocky and big, right? Mm-hmm. The woods devils are way more thin, so they can really hide behind skinny trees.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. So I don't know if you've ever watched We Bare Bears. Have you ever watched that cartoon?
I have a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have a Bigfoot friend. I forgot his name.
Oh,
but he's tall and thin, and he does the same where he hides behind trees. That's what it makes me think of. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yes. Like Bigfoot, woods devils have very large hands and feet, but on their hands, typically on the woods devil, they have claws or long nails. And instead of a primate-like face, the woods devils have horse-like faces with a long snout and small eyes. So that's why I say distant cousin. Woods devils also have a foul smell and sometimes makes loud screams or howls. So they're very similar. The woods devils, though, are carnivores, and they prefer to eat small animals such as rabbits or rodents, and they will resort to eating dead animals in the winter when food is scarce. They will also raid garbage cans or eat livestock when they have to. The woods,
they can come here and eat all of our squirrels because we have a gajillion ground squirrels and a ton of bunnies, but leave my livestock alone. Leave my chickens and my packas alone.
Yeah, you can make a deal with them. The woods devils live mainly in Coos County, the largest and most remote county in the state. The lumberjacks in the 1930s would give them other nicknames like Glutton, Carcajou, Quick Hatch, Nasty Cat, and Skunk Bear.
Nasty cat.
Nasty cat.
Nasty cat. Don't mean a thing. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, you nasty cat.
That's good.
Yay.
I love it. But the earliest reports of the woods devils were in the 1940s and 50s when hunters would claim they either heard or saw them. One specifically was in 1948 when George Lavoie stated he saw a very tall, hairy creature standing behind a tree near his hunting camp. His description of the creature, it had a horse-like face and gray hair. As we know from history, Lavoie did fire his rifle at it.
Of course.
Of course.
Shoot first.
Yep. Ask questions later. But he missed.
Surprise. They always miss too. So maybe that's another thing. Like they need to be like the guy from Turkey. Like,
cool.
Turkey. Sorry. We have to change the way we say it. Turkey.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you say it. When Lavoie went to inspect the tree, he saw very large footprints. Then in 1952, another hunter, Robert Goulet, not the singer. What a fun name, yeah. Oh, he was near Dixville Notch when he heard a piercing, loud scream.
Excuse me, he was where?
You don't want to make me repeat that one. Oh, no.
We're going off the rails today, guys. This is the last one for a while. We're going to be all over the place.
Hey-o.
Oh, man.
Okay. Goulet went towards the scream where he saw a large creature running away on two legs. He said the creature was at least 8 feet tall with gray hair. Goulet, just like everyone else in history, shot at the creature.
Yep.
With his rifle.
Shoot first.
But he missed. That's the theme.
Yep.
Other reports of the woods devil have come forth, and here are some notable claims. 1973, a group of hikers near Mount Cabot reported seeing a large hairy creature standing on 2 legs behind a tree. They said that it was about 7 feet tall, had grayish brown fur. They also noticed a strong odor coming from it. 1977, a man named John Horrigan claimed he saw a large hairy creature run across Route 3 near Pittsburgh at night. He said it was about 7 feet tall and had gray hair. Why was that Pittsburgh? Aren't we in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. That's what it says in here, guys. Oh, 1983, a woman named Linda Newton Perry claimed she saw a large hairy creature standing behind a tree near her home in Colebrook.
You can't see me. I'm behind a tree.
I'm behind a tree. Oh, she said it was about 8 feet tall and had tan hair. 1994, a man named Bill Brand claimed he saw a large hairy creature run across Route.
Let me guess. He was 8 feet tall and had tan hair.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't even say anymore. I'm just going by what they.
That's
I copied,
awesome,
right?
No, I mean it's just all very, very consistent.
Consistent, yeah. Last one, 1997. A man named Bill Driscoll was driving on Route 26 near Errol when he saw something cross the road in front of him. He said that it was about 9 feet tall and had long arms and legs. It had gray fur and a human-like face. That's not the height. That's not him.
That's Bigfoot.
Yeah, why are you talking about? Okay, anyway. I'm going to have to add that on the Cryptid's fandom website, a reader posted in 2020. I have seen it or something like it. I was driving in Newbury, New Hampshire. I was on a dirt road in woods. Something chased my car. At first, I thought a deer was running towards my driver's door, but I saw an arm. It ran alongside my door. I hit the gas so hard and didn't slow down for miles, but I never saw the face. So there you go.
See the face. See the whole thing.
Don't know if it's a horse face or a primate face.
Right?
That's the difference. But anyway. All right, we move on to Vermont. Now, Vermont has probably the most frightening cryptid or urban legend.
Ooh.
This is nightmare fuel.
Oh no.
Our story.
Does it look like a clown?
No, but it's close. It's
no. Okay.
Yeah. So our story begins on October 30th of 1951, and it focuses on a 17-year-old Sam Harris.
Day before Halloween.
Yes. Sam was not the nicest kid, and he was definitely a troublemaker.
Uh-oh, Sam.
Yeah, bad boy. That night, which Sam called picket night, was when he would cause some real mischief by egging houses.
Oh,
nope.
Sam.
But the next morning, Sam's parents noticed he never returned home. The parents called the police and a massive search party was formed. However, after hundreds of volunteers and police officers searched for weeks, they never found Sam Harris or any trace of him.
Oh, no.
Now, there's so many speculations to his disappearance. Maybe he ran away. Maybe he was kidnapped or just murdered and hidden. But many others have these crazy different theories. One is that Sam encountered something evil and sinister in the woods that night he disappeared and was either devoured or turned into a monster. Some others believe Sam stumbled upon an ancient ritual site where a cult was trying to summon demons, and some even say Sam was possessed by the devil himself. But they say that Sam Harris is now known as the Pig Man. a half man, half pig creature that wears a pig's head as a mask who has a taste for pork. People claim to see a strange figure lurking in the woods near Devil's Washbowl, a natural pond that is surrounded by cliffs and caves. They all claim that the figure is naked, covered in white hair, and wearing a hollowed out pig's head over his own.
No, that is ew.
I told you.
Nicole.
Isn't that just as
Why
creepy?
are you coming up with this thing? Oh, this is nightmare fuel. Vermont, what is wrong with you?
I thought Vermont was
gosh.
supposed to be known for like cheese and wine, not pigment.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup, right? Ugh. Now, in 1971, a group of high school students were at a dance when they decided to sneak out the back and have a drink. While there, they all witnessed a creature emerge from the woods, standing upright on two legs, and in one hand, it had a knife. The other hand was a bloody pig's head.
Ah, Pigman.
The students ran back to the dance and told their friends what they had just seen. But crazy enough, that same night, a farmer reported some of his pigs had been killed and mutilated in the middle of the night.
Dude. Like, oh, okay. Well, one thing about Pigman is that he's, killing pigs and not people, but like,
what's that step? Like, what would, that's not a very far step.
Oh, man. Well, we don't taste like bacon, I guess. I don't know.
Do we?
Bacon goes well with maple syrup. That's all I'm saying.
Another infamous sighting was when a farmer heard something rummaging through his garbage cans. Thinking it was a raccoon or some other critter, he grabbed his shotgun and ran out to his porch to shoo it away. As soon as he was able to take a better look at the garbage cans, the creature looked up at the farmer. It had the hideous face of a creepy pig.
Just no.
Locals believe that if it was or was not Sam Harris, there is an old abandoned farm where pigs were raised that is close to the Devil's Washbowl, and the creature may have come from there. And there are still reported sightings of this super creepy creature, and there are some really gross speculations on what the Pigman does in his free time. I will not repeat that info. You guys can look that up.
I don't want to know.
But Angela, you have any thoughts on the Pigman?
I don't like him. I don't like him. I appreciate that he's not hunting people.
Thank God.
So that is less nightmare fuel for me. But just the image of him is, I'm like, dude, like, get another hobby. Like,
seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever tried the meatless pork? It's really good. Tastes like bacon. All right. Anyway, we move all the way up to Maine now. And here there's a very different, more majestic cryptid, and it's called the specter moose.
Ooh, specter moose.
Yeah, this mysterious creature apparently stands a minimum of 10 to a maximum of 15 feet tall, is white or gray, weighs nearly 2,500 pounds, and has a set of impressive antlers that stretch 10 to 12 feet wide. Now, to compare, an average moose is 6 feet tall and weighs only 800 to 900 pounds. So
oh, wow.
This is a very big creature.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. In 1891, Clarence Duffy spotted the specter moose near Lobster Lake. He was so freaked out that he did the opposite of what most men at that time did. Instead of shooting, he ran away.
Run away!
When he told his comrades what he saw, they all laughed at him. But then, over the years, several other hunters and lumbermen also saw the same giant moose. Some did shoot at it, but they never brought it down. And some claimed that the moose was bulletproof. Then we get into 1899. A Massachusetts hunter named Gilman Brown claimed he got so close to the specter moose that he was able to count 22 points on one side of its antlers.
Dude.
That close. Brown raised his rifle and he did shoot at it. He blasted 5 shots, but the animal only glared at him and walked away. Brown later said it felt like he had seen a ghost.
Yeah.
Over the next few decades, the specter moose was sporadically seen until 1938, when a New York Times article published the moose was seen by several residents in Maine. After that, the specter moose was supposedly seen again in 2020, but many just state that they see a large gray animal. I was going through all the different sightings. They never said moose. They just said, like I said,
large gray animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Could be a bear.
It sounds like he's like a guardian of the forest.
Yeah. So that's what some people believe.
Lorax.
Yes, exactly. So people speculate, is it a genetic mutation, a hybrid animal, or it could be a remnant of an ancient species of megafauna that survived the Ice Age?
Expecto Patronus.
Yes. Oh, that would be really great because you can't shoot at it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yay.
I like that theory. Yeah, some people do believe it's a supernatural being and a sort of protector of the forest, just like you said.
I love it. Yay, Spectre Moose.
Yeah, better than Pigman.
Oh my gosh, so much better than Pigman. You took me back to that horrific place after taking me to such a lovely place with the Spectre Moose.
Sorry. I know. Okay, well, we have to stop in the East Coast because now we have to take a flight over to where we kind of skipped over the west side.
To the west side?
West side. So we're kind of going southwest right now. We're going to go fly over to New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Now, here, this is another cryptid where they lump it into different concepts. So, and I've talked about this before in episode 69, but New Mexico is known for the skinwalker.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, a whole bunch of Skinwalker stuff has been popping up on my feed lately. Is there like new stuff going on? I don't know. It's just been like popping up on my feed a lot.
It's reading your mind?
Yes, because thank you, crazy YouTube algorithms. And
that's what I'm saying.
They read your mind.
They
You
do.
mention one thing in your house and it's like, your whole feed is this.
Yes, it's creepy. It's very creepy how they do that. But yeah, maybe you're thinking about it. I did just watch a story on TikTok about this guy went to go take pictures in front of the Skinwalker Ranch. And he swears that as they were taking a picture, a bunch of men in black just like drove up and they're like, you can't be here. And he's like, I'm just trying to take a picture. But then all of a sudden, as soon as they got there, this big like glowing orb or something crazy just shows up. Like,
oh, what?
Yeah, and it flies over them and it flies away, and then all the men in black are cheering because they were there because they knew something was going to happen.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
And this kid was like, I was just here trying to take a picture. And
I just wanted a picture for the gram.
Yeah. And they're all like high-fiving him, so the tone of them changed completely. But then I don't know if they were like cool with him seeing it. I have to watch it again.
Interesting.
Anyway, maybe that's why I was putting that into your brain. Anyway, so North American cryptids lump skinwalkers into their world, even though I think technically they're just witches, right? They were, when I talked about this.
Yeah, they were Native American shaman,
right? That have
witches
gone rogue.
That decided that they wanted to.
They want to hurt people more than anything.
Yeah, they don't want to help; they want to hurt.
Right.
They kind of go to the dark side.
The dark side,
and can turn into different creatures and
freaking scary. Freaking scary.
Yeah.
Go listen to episode 69 as we were reminiscing. So that's a really fun one. I have some stories of some Native American stories about them. They're creepy. But anyway, the other popular cryptid in New Mexico are chupacabras. But again,
chupacabra.
Talked about that a lot.
In Tejas. And I have a little chupacabra choopy.
Yes.
Sitting
that
up
you
on
crocheted.
Yeah.
He's so cute. So I'm going to discuss a really cool cryptid that crosses over into what I think the Harry Potter world. If you watched Fantastic Beasts, right? This is the Thunderbird.
Thunder. Thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
So the reason why it's a big part of it is because the Thunderbird's really big in the United States side of Fantastic Beasts and the houses, right?
Yeah. Thunderbirds. Oh. Sorry.
She's laughing.
Wasn't there like that marionette show? Wasn't it Thunderbirds? Am I remembering this right?
Is this Team USA? America.
Yeah, but
I don't know if they were the Thunderbirds.
No, but it was based on another like old from the 60s.
Oh.
Thunderbirds.
Okay.
Am I right? Is that what it was called, guys? Let me know. We are keeping our email open.
That's
so you can always email us at theominoussstitch@gmail.com.
I don't remember
Thunderbirds,
this.
right?
Okay, sure.
It also reminded me of Thundercats. Ho!
Yes. a little different.
Yeah.
Now, the legend of the American Southwest is that the Thunderbird once ruled the heavens. It has a wingspan that stretches up to 20 feet or more, and they were revered by the indigenous peoples of the region who saw them as powerful spirits capable of bringing rain, thunder, and lightning. Even though the Thunderbirds were creatures of myth and legend, there is evidence that a giant raptor-like bird lived in the prehistoric lands of New Mexico called...
You mean a pterodactyl?
Teratorns.
Oh, teratorns.
Very similar.
Ooh, they do look like birds.
Yes, so fossils have been discovered in the Dona Ana Mountains, and some reached up to 24 feet, making them the largest known flying birds of all time, right? So they were alive at some point. But some cryptozoologists believe the giant bird may still be alive. But here's some pictures.
Thunderbirds are still there.
Look at that bird.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Eat me.
You guys. She has a picture of a man standing next to one, and the man is completely dwarfed by this bird.
It's like the size of his tail. And
that
his
is
body,
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah. Those present-day sightings claim to see a dark-colored, enormous bird with hooked beaks and powerful talons. The most famous sighting happened in 1890 when 2 Arizona cowboys claimed to have shot and killed a giant bird with a wingspan of over 20 feet. The men described the creature as having a head like an alligator and a beak filled with sharp teeth.
Ah!
That's a pterodactyl, guys. Then in 2007, right? It's like a flying one of those. 2007, David Zander from New Mexico reported seeing 2 enormous birds gliding along the Dona Ana Mountains. He said they had a wingspan of at least 20 feet with dark raptor-like bodies and long hooked beaks.
That's awesome. If there's a pair, maybe they're like a mating pair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they're out there. These birds.
New Mexico, yo.
I want to see them, but I don't because they're going to pick me up and carry me away.
They're too big. They're like your fish.
Yeah. Birds are not supposed to be that big.
No, they are not supposed to be. All right, we're going to go up to Colorado. This is probably one of my favorite story times of Colorado.
Yay.
So you know that there's Bigfoot, right?
Yes,
everywhere.
And we've seen the footage of Bigfoot with the train, Colorado, because that was in Colorado.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. There's the Yeti also that they live up there in the snow-capped peaks of the Colorado Rockies. It was spotted in the 1970s when skiers reported seeing the creature near the Arapahoe Basin ski area. Sorry, I can't talk right now. In 1973, a skier reported seeing a large, hairy, white creature loping across the slopes later at night. The face was a cross between a human and an ape. Yeti. So there's Yeti. But there are 2 cryptids I need to discuss in Colorado. This is awesome. First is called the Slide Rock Bolter. And this is a mythical creature.
Slide Rock Bolter.
Slide Rock Bolter.
Okay.
This terrifying creature rests on top of steep, treacherous slopes of the mountains and waits for unsuspecting prey. This creature is huge. It's whale-like with a massive head, small eyes, and a mouth full of sharp teeth. This creature uses its tail with hooks to cling at the top of the mountains. Now, it's not fast or agile, but it's very clever. If it sees a victim below, like a tourist, a hiker, or a lumberjack, then it releases its tail hooks and slides down the slope at high speed and even lubricates the mountain with grease that drips from its mouth.
Ew.
So creepy.
It's slobber.
Yes. While sliding, it scoops everything into its path, into its gaping mouth, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Then, with the momentum of going down, it is able to climb up another mountain to repeat the process over. Now, lumberjacks created this folkloric creature to scare newcomers and amuse themselves, but some claim the bolter is responsible for the numerous rock slides and avalanches that plague the Colorado mountains.
It's just an avalanche. It's like a way
This is their way to explain
avalanches.
Yeah. You have to see this picture, though. So there was once a quick-thinking forest ranger, though, this is the myth, that devised a plan to rid of the Slide Rock Bolter, in which he created a dummy out of logs and cloth, dressed him up as a normal hiker. He then stuffed the dummy with explosives and placed it in a clearing on the mountainside directly in the path of a known Slide Rock Bolter. The creature saw it, and once it launched itself down the slope, the ranger detonated the explosives, blowing the bolter into pieces. The explosion, though, was so powerful that it leveled half the town of Rico.
Oh, well, that wasn't very smart then. Oh, okay. It looks like a big eel. It's like a big eel thing. Oh, God.
It's like Tremors.
How do you not see? It's so massive. It's bigger than the mountain.
Exactly.
It's like, come on.
That was just their fun. They had fun talking about it. So it's a mythical creature.
Yeah.
But I had to slip that in because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But next in Colorado is another strange cryptid. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're called the Tommyknockers.
Tommyknockers. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Stephen King book or watch the movie. It's a little different.
Okay,
but these Tommyknockers in Colorado are not aliens like Stephen King kind of did. They're known to be small, gnome-like creatures with an affinity for mischief and mayhem and have been around since the Cornish miners took to the Colorado mountains in the 1800s. Now, Tommyknockers are only 2 feet tall with large bulbous heads, spindly arms and legs, and very wrinkled, leathery skin. Miners who had encountered these creatures state they often see the Tommyknockers wearing miniature versions of traditional mining garb, complete with tiny pickaxes and helmets.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
Hi-ho,
here's some old pictures.
It's off to work we go. It's home from work we go.
Yes. Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
I hate that.
Home from work we go.
Dumb.
Oh, they're cute. It's
Snow
the
White.
7 dwarfs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, how funny.
So that could be originated from here. So the Tommyknockers are known to have a dual personality. On the very nice side, they help warn miners of impending cave-ins and other dangers using their eerie knocks on the walls to signal to miners to evacuate. Some miners even claim they would guide the miners to rich veins of ore and help guide also to hidden treasures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then the mischievous side and love of practical jokes would lead them to steal their food, tools, and other supplies when they weren't looking. And sometimes Tommyknockers even rearranged their work or move equipment overnight, causing much confusion when miners started in the morning.
That reminded me of this thing I used to do with my kids when they were little and they wouldn't finish their food because they get distracted and like, I just, don't want to finish eating. They would get up from the table, leave food, and then I would snack on it or feed it to the dog or whatever.
Disappear.
And then they'd come back and be like, where's my lunch? And I'm like, the goblin's got it. And it's funny to me how readily and easily they accepted the fact that they were goblins that would come eat their food when they weren't paying attention.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, goblins, neat. Then they would start to leave food on their plate for the goblins. I'm like,
backfired.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. They disappeared, right? Because they probably eat all their food now.
Oh yeah, they eat their food.
They're good eaters. Mm-hmm. One of the most famous tales that ingrained Tommyknockers is that within the Phoenix gold mine in Idaho Springs, Colorado, the spirits of the deceased miners are said to manifest as Tommyknockers, and their ghostly forms are still roaming the tunnels and shafts of the mine. These ghostly Tommyknockers knock on the walls of the mine to warn of impending danger and will even guide lucky miners to hidden caches of gold and silver. So that's still
nice.
A very much passed down
tradition.
And legend. So.
Oh, very cool.
Colorado.
Yay.
You want to go to Wyoming?
Let's go.
Do you want to go to the cutest of all cryptids?
Yes.
Do you want to go to the jackalope?
Oh, I love jackalopes. They're so cute.
They're
jackalopes.
So cute.
I love them.
Jackalopes.
My dog got all excited because we were screaming. She's napping in the chair and she's like, what are we talking about?
Why are we getting all cute? That's my dog. When I use my cute voice, he thinks I'm talking to him.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm cute. I'm like, no.
No, I'm looking at Frenchies. I'm sorry. All right. So you've all heard about jackalopes. It's basically a rabbit with antlers, right? Now, the origin story of the jackalope actually started in the 1930s. When brothers Douglas and Ralph Herrick from Douglas, Wyoming, started making taxidermy mounts of rabbits with deer antlers. They turned these around and sold them at a local hotel, and tourists and hunters became really interested in them. Soon, the jackalope became a popular souvenir. The Herricks did claim that they had seen live jackalopes in the wild, but they were fierce and dangerous animals that could mimic human voices and even outrun horses. So I think they're just trying to sell more.
Yeah.
Jackalopes, yeah. Now, the jackalope became a sensation for the state of Wyoming, and it even became their state's official mythological creature in 2005.
Nice.
Yeah, good job, Wyoming. Note that the jackalope may be a hoax, but there are cases where rabbits do grow horn-like tumors out of their heads or bodies. Now, this is due to the virus called Shope papillomavirus, and it was discovered by scientist Richard Shope in 1933. The virus infects the rabbit's skin cells to make them grow keratin like in our hair and nails. And the keratin forms hard growths and voila, horns. Yeah. There are a few tall tales that surround the jackalope, like it's being able to imitate any sound it hears, like human speech. And apparently, this is fun, it likes to sing along with cowboys around campfires. Oh! Especially songs by Roy Rogers or Gene Autry.
Nice. I love it.
I was like, never heard of that.
Give me a home where the buffalo roam.
Imagine a jackalope.
That's my jackalope voice.
I love it. It's so cute. Yeah. Now here's my favorite though. The jackalope apparently has magical powers and it can grant wishes.
Yes, it does. I love it.
I love that. That is so cool. And another fun fact. Former President Ronald Reagan received a mounted jackalope head as a gift from Wyoming Governor Clifford Hansen in 1965.
Nice.
Reagan displayed it in his home and later in the presidential library.
That's awesome.
Jackalope head. Wasn't that cute?
Is it there?
I don't know.
We'll have to go.
He had it when he had it, but
yeah.
That's fun, huh?
That's awesome. I love it.
Yes. All right. You want to go to Montana?
Yes.
This one's really creepy. This one is called the Shunkaworakan, which means carries off dogs in the Iowa language.
Nope. Don't steal my dog.
Yep. Now, this is a wolf-like animal with a dark coat, high shoulders, and a slanted back. This creature is a legend amongst the Iowa, Crow, and Blackfeet tribes, and they believed that the creature was a very powerful and dangerous spirit that would steal their dogs and attack their livestock. They also used its hide as a sacred talisman in battle. Now, in 1866, a rancher named Israel Ammon Hutchins apparently shot and killed a Shunkaworakan near Henry Lake, Idaho. He traded the carcass to a taxidermist named Joseph Sherwood, who mounted it and displayed it in his grocery store. The creature remained in the store until the 1980s when it disappeared. Many cryptozoologists tried to find it and examine it with no luck. But then in 2007, Jack Kirby, who is the grandson of Hutchins, tracked it to the Idaho Museum of Natural History in Pocatello, and he arranged it to be on loan to the Madison Valley History Museum in Montana, where it was put on public display.
Neat.
Right? The creature, which they called the Ringdocus, is still a mystery. Now, for some reason, they haven't done any DNA testing on it, and no one knows if it's a new species, a hybrid, or a mutation.
So we have this cryptid that nobody knows what it is, and nobody's bothering to do anything about it.
They're just displaying it. They're like, we don't know what this creature is.
Yeah, we don't know what this is. Have a look.
Yeah. Why? Why wouldn't they? I don't know. I think they like the mystery. I have no idea. Some believe it's related to the dire wolf, and others think it's an extinct relative of the modern wolf that lived in the Ice Age.
Ooh, dire wolf. Very cool.
Yeah,
we have
ready? This is it. This is the actual creature.
Wow. Okay, it's a wolf-ish creature. Ish. I mean, it's a dog with mange. Yeah. It's not a dog because it doesn't have the dog face.
No.
It's the face is different. It's more like triangular.
It's like a hybrid, right?
Yeah, it's more triangular than a dog. The eyes are too far forward and it doesn't have like a brow bone. Like, I'm looking at my dog. Yeah. Interesting.
Creepy, right?
Yeah. It's cool. I guess people just accept that it's a wolf. Wow. We have bones of dire wolves in the La Brea tar pit at the museum.
Do we really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure. They have tons of them.
But yeah, maybe it could be like a dire wolf that just traveled on a boat or something and got into I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, cool.
Montana. But yeah.
Well, Montana, look into it. Do some testing on it.
Seriously, I want to know.
You can just pull a hair off of it and then see what's going on.
Right? They don't want to touch it. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Mystery. Okay, Idaho. We're going to go move to Idaho where we find another mysterious water creature.
Yay!
This is Charlie of Piatt Lake. Now, Charlie's origins may come from Native Americans as they believed an evil spirit dwelled at the bottom of the lake.
Uh-oh.
But in the 1920s, a railroad logging crew noticed a big log in the lake. They were fine until that same log began to move. Then in 1944, several groups of people claimed to see a sort of dinosaur serpent, roughly 30 to 35 feet in length with a dinosaur type head and pronounced jaws, humps like a camel, and shell like skin.
Yay!
Right? Later in September of 1946, the creature, that same one, was spotted by a group of 20 people. So people are seeing this huge dinosaur creature.
Dude, these dinosaurs still live in these lakes, guys.
The Piatt Lake monster was dubbed Charlie in 1954 when a contest was held to name the creature. Some also call it Slimy Slim. And because Piatt Lake is located over an old volcanic crater, some believe that Charlie spends most of her time hiding in the many lava tubes located at the bottom of the lake.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's believable.
Yay!
Now, here are the most notable sightings of Charlie. In 1956, Dabney Taylor reported that he saw Charlie swimming near his boat with a large wake behind it. He said it had a long neck and a small head with 2 horns on top.
Ooh,
Yeah,
horns. Okay.
In 1961, Jane Brown wrote that she saw Charlie twice in one day while fishing on the lake. She said it had a dark green body with black spots and a long tail with a fin on the end. In 1971, Mary Jane Williams wrote that she saw Charlie while boating with her husband and friends. She said it had a grayish-brown body with scales and bumps and a long neck with a small head and 2 eyes. They're all very similar. In 1985, Tom Grote reported that he saw Charlie while flying over the lake in a plane.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said it had 3 humps on its back and was about 40 feet long.
Charlie.
Right? And then in 1986, several people reported seeing Charlie on different occasions. One of them was Bobby Short, who said she saw it while camping on the shore. She said it had a dark brown body with a snake-like head and 2 nostrils on top. Now I'm going to show Angela a video on YouTube that someone posted.
Charlie!
They believe it's Charlie, but who knows?
Okay.
So basically they're saying that there's
Oh,
bubbles.
yeah.
Like there's something really big and massive.
Yeah.
Because
there's big bubbles.
big
And you
bubbles.
can kind of see
Something
like something underneath that.
Yeah.
Let me see your face, Charlie.
Right? We need to see more.
Oh, see? And then there's like a little bit of surfacing, sort of ish, just little bubbles that are rising to the top.
They're really big, and they think they
like
see
big, massive bubbles
way below the surface, and it's just kind of hanging out.
That's really cool. To me, that's like the clearest image that we've seen of a lake. Well, I mean, other than the picture of Champ that we had, that was really clear evidence. And it's bubbles, but you can also see the outline of a big mass. But obviously if there's bubbles, it's air, it's breathing.
It's breathing.
Oh, that was cool. I like that video.
There you go. So that is Idaho.
Yay, Idaho.
All right. There's a lot of water cryptids. So many.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, here's a fun little picture for you.
Hello.
Some people think that's
looks like Nessie.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Utah. So we're going to go south and we encounter another water creature called the Bear Lake Monster. Now, similar to Charlie, the roots are tied to Native American folklore and that the indigenous tribes of the region spoke of a large predatory creature that lurked in the depths of Bear Lake. However, in the 1860s, Mormon settlers began reporting sightings of the beast. In 1868, Joseph C. Rich, a Mormon colonizer and journalist, wrote an article for the Deseret News about a serpent-like creature that moved faster than a locomotive.
More powerful than
Superman. The author claimed that many reliable witnesses have seen the creature as well. Many gave varying descriptions, though. The heads ranged from cow, otter, crocodile, walrus, and some said it had no head at all. Some said it was roughly 40 to 50 feet long, while some said it was shorter. But in 1871, two men fishing on the lake claimed the monster surfaced next to their boat. They described it as having a large undulating body, a light cream color, and moving slightly through the water. Then in 1874, another sighting claimed the creature had a head like a greyhound, only twice as large, and the body was at least 40 feet in length. However, that same year, Rich claimed that he made up most of his stories about the monster as a joke and a hoax to attract attention and tourism to the area. But you know what's crazy? Yeah, he made it up. But you know what? Sightings kept coming in. And the last reported sighting was in 2002 when Brian Hershey claimed he saw a large, dark shape rise out of the water near his boat and splash back down. Now, here is what they think the Bear Lake Monster looks like.
Oh, it looks like a big, like, alligator gar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
It's more of a big fish.
It's a big, crazy fish.
Which we don't like, right?
No, I don't like big fish. Ooh, no.
This reminds me of that shark cartoon character.
Yeah, he does look like a shark. Yeah. Oh, no.
No. I don't like that one.
Thank you.
No. All right. Arizona. Besides the chupacabra and thunderbird, Arizona has its own Bigfoot.
Yay!
Yeah. They call it, though, the Mogollon Monster. As we've discussed amongst other Bigfoots, the Mogollon Monster is a large bipedal creature that stands at least 7 feet tall with large red eyes. And I think it's red because it's so hot in Arizona. I'm like, who wants to be in Arizona? That's hot. I'm sorry. Its body is covered with long black or reddish hair with the exception of the chest, feet, hands, and face. It is similar to the skunk ape in that it has a very pungent odor compared to dead fish, skunk, decaying peat moss, and snapping turtle musk. Ew, what is that? I don't know what that smells like.
I don't know.
Snapping turtle musk?
Ew.
I don't know. The Mogollon Monster is nocturnal, omnivorous, and territorial. It can mimic birds, coyote, and other wildlife and builds nests out of pine needles, twigs, and leaves. It will hurl stones from hidden locations and has a blood-curdling scream, which compares to a woman in great distress.
Oh, no.
No. As the name suggests, the monster lurks in the ponderosa pine forests of the Mogollon Rim. This is a geological feature that rises about 2,000 feet from the ground and spans 200 miles across Arizona and New Mexico. The oldest known sighting of the Mogollon Monster was in 1903 by I.W. Stevens in the Arizona Republic newspaper. Stevens claimed to see the creature near the Grand Canyon that had long white hair and a matted beard that reached to his knees. Sounds like a human, but anyway.
Yeah. It's like an old miner, 49er.
Yeah.
Get off my land.
That's what it sounds like. But he found it drinking the blood of two cougars.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, it threatened him with the club, an unearthly screech. Then in 1940s, Don Davis was on a Boy Scout trip near Payson and saw a huge creature with deep-set eyes and that its chest, shoulders, and arms were massive. More sightings by hikers, campers, and residents claim to see the Mogollon Monster. It's Bigfoot, see?
Yeah, it's Bigfoot. Hello. How are you, sir?
How are you? All right. We are moving now to our home state right now.
California. It's time to party.
Woo!
California.
Well, the funny part, there's a video I'm going to show you pretty soon here. Okay.
Yay.
It's like a little compilation video. So California is home to two cryptids. One shares a border with Nevada, so I'm going to save it for that state because it's pretty big over there. But this Californian cryptid is very strange.
Oh.
And I'm sure you've seen it.
Uh-huh.
It's the Fresno Nightcrawler.
The Fresno Nightcrawler?
You haven't heard of this?
No, well, I haven't seen it. I think I may have heard it, but
insane.
I don't know it.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're going to love it because this is very insane.
I'm excited.
Okay. So in 2007, a man named Jose installed a camera above his garage because his dogs were barking crazily every night. One morning, he checked the footage and saw two strange creatures walking across his lawn.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, these creatures were shortish, like no more than 5 feet, but most of its height was just legs.
Oh, weird.
Just legs. Now, Jose called his local TV station and the video went viral. So there's been other sightings I'm going to talk about, but I have to show you the compilation, okay?
I was just in Fresno.
That's right. Well, there's another sighting in Yosemite.
Oh.
Just there. Yeah. So here we go.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, this is the weirdest looking thing. So it looks like just a pair of like palazzo pants that's walking.
Yes.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it is.
A pair of palazzo pants that are walking.
It's got a small head apparently, but
I mean, I guess it looks like they're just high-waisted. I don't know. That's so weird.
This is Yosemite. I'm going to talk about this one soon. Here.
Oh, they're walking around in Yosemite too. Okay, now I see the head in the Yosemite one.
Yeah.
But it's a pair of palazzo pants.
On stilts.
On stilts, just like walking like how people on stilts walk. That is so weird. What is that? Those are not real. This is it in Montana too?
Right. Yeah. But California's, I mean, it originated in Fresno. So
oh yeah, I see the pants and
that's why it's called the Fresno Nightcrawler.
The palazzo pants. What? The Yosemite one is like
crazy.
Oh my gosh. That is the weirdest thing, you guys. You have to see. It's going to make you laugh. For whatever reason, they kind of remind me of the Meep aliens on right, except for they're backwards.
Yes, and they're white and they're like thin. They're not hairy.
No, it looks like
a ghost.
It looks like okay. So if you watch somebody on stilts and they have a pair of pants on, just imagine the pair of pants and stilts, and that's what you see.
And that's it.
That's how they move.
Yes.
And they're baggy like pants. Like it's pants. It's not skin. It moves like fabric.
Yeah. So
creepy,
so
right? Weird.
Over the years, a couple more were spotted in other parts of the world. As you saw, that was what was it, Montana,
but yeah,
Ohio, and even Poland. Yeah. What is it though? So people are claiming that it's probably just CGI or edited computer footage. Some say it's an alien from another planet or a hoax, just like a puppet on some strings. Or is it a short person on stilts? Or is it a strange bird-like creature? But they don't know. This is the weird thing. We just don't know exactly. We can't pinpoint what that is.
It's a pair of pants.
It's travel pants.
It's travel pants.
Someone crocheted.
I love it.
Pants.
But it doesn't move like crochet. It moves like a really
fabric.
drapey fabric. Oh my gosh. That's the coolest thing ever. I love that you chose that for California because it's so weird.
It's so weird. There's a million things here, I'm sure, but that is hilarious.
Oh, the pants.
Oh, the pants. All right. We go to Nevada. Now this, like I said, it's known in California, but shares a border with Nevada because it's in Lake Tahoe, and it's Tahoe-Tessie.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love Lake Tahoe. Have I told my Lake Tahoe story? When I was a teenager, I went to Lake Tahoe, and we were on one of the glass bottom boats. You can go on a glass bottom boat ride, whatever. And so I was there with my sister, and then there were two boys from like Spain. I don't know. They weren't from America, so I think they were from Spain. And they were trying to get everybody on the boat to look at the glass, and they were like, "Did you see it? There's like a Loch Ness monster. Did you see it? Did you see it?"
Really?
Yeah. They didn't see anything, but they were trying to get everybody to just look at the bottom
Oh, that's
to see
funny.
it and just kind of laugh. But apparently there is one.
Apparently, I know. I didn't know this because I did visit Tahoe when I was a little kid. But now the name came about in the 1950s by a local newspaper columnist. But again, its roots may come from a local Native American tribes. Many people believe to see a strange, long serpent-like creature in Lake Tahoe with humps or fins. Some believe it's an extremely large fish or eel. Most sightings occur near Cave Rock, a large rock formation on the southeast shore of the lake, where some theorize that there's an underwater tunnel. Mm-hmm. Now, scientists have tried to investigate the legend of Tahoe Tessie using sonar, cameras, and DNA analysis. However, they have not found any conclusive evidence of a monster or an unknown species in the lake. They attribute most sightings to misidentification of known animals such as otters, beavers, muskrats, or trout. They also point out that Lake Tahoe is relatively young in geological terms and that it was frozen over during the last ice age, making it unlikely that any ancient creatures could have survived there. However, Lake Tahoe is really deep and dark, and there may have been some undiscovered areas where there could be a large hiding creature.
Yeah, especially if they have like those caves underwater and stuff.
Yep.
Ooh, what kind of dinosaur is that?
I don't think it's not a plesiosaur.
Right.
So I don't know. It's like I don't know, ancient trout.
Yeah. Well, how
teeth.
cool. That's super cool.
Yeah. All right, Oregon. I have to report on 2 cool cryptids there. The first one is called Colossus Claude, spotted in the Columbia River. So it's another water animal.
Yay, water creature. Yeah. Colossus Claude.
Colossus Claude. Colossal
yeah. Claude. Nice.
The first sightings took place in the 1930s, specifically 1934, when L.A. Larson, first mate of the Columbia River lightship, saw a 40-foot animal with a neck some 8 feet long, a big round body, a mean-looking tail, and an evil, snaky look to its head.
Ooh.
Yeah, the other members of the crew saw the creature through binoculars. Yeah, so everyone saw it.
Everyone saw it.
Then in 1937, the entire crew of a fishing trawler supposedly all saw Colossal Claude as well. And the captain, Charles E. Graham, said they all saw a long, hairy, tan-colored creature with
hairy
with the head of an overgrown horse about 40 feet long with a 4-foot waist. I don't know. Just a few months later, a couple were near Devil's Churn, and they both said they spotted a creature they described as an aquatic giraffe.
Aquatic giraffe. I love it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just 2 years later, the crew of the fishing ship Argo witnessed Colossal Claude pretty close up. They saw a huge creature rear up over the water just 10 feet away from the hull of the ship. They were able to watch the creature eat fish before they turned away from the creature. Why would they turn away?
I don't know. I feel like I would keep my eyes on it the whole time. Be like,
is this coming towards our boat?
Right?
What is it doing? Is it going to eat us?
Yeah. Does it make you more of like a badass if you turn your back to
a big creature?
Colossal Claude?
I have no idea.
We're like, well, he's full. He's not going to eat me.
I guess we'll just leave him alone.
Oh, my gosh.
But they described it as having a camel-like head with coarse gray fur. They were able to...
Fur again?
I don't know. Yeah, they were able to see details like glossy eyes and a bent snout.
Ooh.
But just as multiple sightings of this mysterious creature piled up, the reports just stopped coming in. People say it was a jellyfish. What? Or a whale, but with a long neck. I'm so confused.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't fit the description.
It sounds like a plesiosaur, but it's got hair, so that's what's confusing.
A hairy plesiosaur. Yeah.
Interesting.
Another theory, like you just said, it's a surviving plesiosaur, an ancient marine reptile that lived during the time of dinosaurs. Here's a photo.
Yay, plesiosaur! Right? It's a Nessie. Yeah.
It's a Nessie.
I mean, it looks like an aquatic giraffe. That's what they look like. Yeah.
Right? So,
but hairy, that's the thing
furry.
That's throwing me. It had fur.
Because that makes me think then it's like a seal or something, right? But I don't know. Well, the other cryptid in Oregon, I think you've heard in passing, and this is awesome. You ready for this?
Yes.
Bat squatch.
Bat squatch.
Bat squatch. Part bat, part primate, and part wolf.
Oh, wolf.
Right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Crazy
bat
hybrid.
squatch.
Bat squatch.
Oh, man.
So the bat squatch has a muscular humanoid body covered in blue-black fur, a wolf-like head with glowing red eyes, and massive leathery wings that span roughly 50 feet from tip to tip.
50 feet?
50 feet. It's
that
bigger
is
than that big thunderbird.
Yeah. No.
No.
That's too big.
Too big.
Too big.
The origin of the bat squatch goes back to the year of 1980 when Mount St. Helens erupted in southwestern Washington right across the Columbia River from Oregon. Witnesses state they watched a large winged creature flying over the devastated landscape after the massive eruption. Some believe that the lair of the bat squatch was disturbed since it was in close proximity to the volcanic activity. Ever since then, reports of seeing the bat squatch fly through the Pacific Northwest. So
I love the picture. Bat Squatch is crazy looking. He's
Bat
awesome.
Squatch.
Oh my gosh. There's lots of different versions of what he could look like. But wow.
Creepy, yeah?
That's awesome. I like the superhero pose in that one picture.
So cool.
Oh, Bat Squatch.
Well, in April of 1994, Brian Canfield was driving in Washington's Pierce County when his truck suddenly died. Canfield said a large creature landed in front of him. He said it was human-like, 9 feet tall, with bat-like wings, and also sported a coat of blue fur. Bat Squatch.
Bat Squatch. Maybe it's just a different kind of space puppy.
Like Mothman related?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be.
I don't know, but like, I don't know.
But it was near a big disaster. This one was natural, but at least it was there, like just like Mothman.
Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe he was playing in the volcano.
Yeah, maybe he was playing in the volcano.
And he accidentally did something. Who knows? All right.
Weird.
I know. We go up to Washington.
Yay.
You know what Washington's known for, right?
Sasquatch. No?
Yes.
Is there any other thing?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. Yeah. Which state has the most Bigfoot sightings in the USA?
Washington.
That's right.
Because Washington is all beautiful, incredible forest.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just so lush and green and so many places for a Sasquatch to hide.
Well, what's crazy, I think you pointed this out to me. There's a map where they've mapped every single Bigfoot sighting, or they've heard it, or they've seen the footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington is insane.
Has the most, yeah.
I'm going to give you some stories later from close to where I live. So it's not only in the forest.
He's like urban.
It's almost urban.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! It's crazy. So, but just know, April of 2023, Washington had the most Bigfoot reports in the country with 710.
Yes.
And 9.12 sightings per 100,000 people. Yeah. Pierce County, which is where I'm from, in particular, has had the most sightings with 83. Now, Pierce County, where I'm from, it's Tacoma. It's not, like I said, it's got some rural areas. It's got a lake here and there, and it's got some forest, but it's not like this huge forest. There's suburbs and city all around it.
Yeah.
So that's what drives, that's so baffling. Pierce County, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
That's weird. Oh, how cool.
Yes. Tacoma, Seattle, and Bellevue are also considered hot spots for Bigfoot activity. And again, those are big cities.
Bellevue, Heather.
Right?
Go out and see Sasquatch.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of Heather. So my sister lives in Bellevue, right?
Yes.
So she sent me a video that she took out of probably her upstairs. She took a video of a bear that was like, it was trash day. So the bear was going through people's trash, and she looked at it and she goes, "No, get out. Like, no, stop it. No." And the bear looked at her and was like, "Okay." And he just like went on and went somewhere else. And she's like, "No, no bear." I was like, how sweet. The bear's like being super obedient. Like, okay, I'll move on.
That's really cute. Well, we've talked in length, right? Angela's delivered us 2 episodes of Bigfoot.
I love Bigfoot.
Yes, you do. So what I'm going to give you real quick are just a few fun tidbits about Bigfoot in Washington State.
Yes.
All right. Investigator Jimmy Chilcutt of the Conroe Police Department in Texas, who specializes in finger and footprints, has analyzed more than 150 casts of Bigfoot prints that Meldrum, the Idaho State professor, keeps in a laboratory. Chilcutt, and this is all from an article, that's why I'm going to bring up random names, sorry.
Yeah.
So Chilcutt says one footprint found in 1987 in Walla Walla, Washington,
Walla Walla,
has convinced him that Bigfoot is real.
Yes.
The ridge flow, this is him talking. The ridge flow pattern and the texture was completely different from anything I've ever seen, he said. It certainly wasn't human and of no known primate that I've examined. The print ridges flowed lengthwise along the foot, unlike human prints, which flow across. The texture of the ridges was about twice the thickness of a human, which indicates that this animal has a real thick skin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and anthropology at Idaho State University in Pocatello, says a 400-pound block of plaster known as the Skookum cast provides further evidence of Bigfoot's existence. The cast was made in September of 2000 from an impression of a large animal that had apparently lain down on its side to retrieve some fruit next to a mud hole in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest in Washington State. Meldrum says the cast contains recognizable impressions of a forearm, a thigh, buttocks, an Achilles tendon, and heel. But it's 40 to 50% bigger than a normal human, he said. The anatomy doesn't jive with any known animal. And a few academics believe Meldrum could be right.
Yay!
So there you go. Got some casts. Then we've got the Travel Channel. So they have a show called the Expedition Bigfoot Team.
Yes.
I
watched that.
Did you like it?
Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time. We'll go with that. Well, they have a list of compelling interactions that may convince you that Bigfoot is real. And this is all in Washington State. There's a bunch of other ones. I just picked out Washington ones.
Right.
So while tracking Bigfoot in Washington State, Maria, is it Mireya, captures massive heat signatures about 100 yards away from her on the thermal camera. She realized it wasn't just one creature she saw in the distance. There were 4 of them, and they're the biggest she'd ever seen. 2, while driving along a 2-lane road known for Bigfoot sightings in eastern Washington, Bryce saw something cross the road in front of him. The thermal camera, which can see for up to a mile, did not detect anything in the woods nearby, but the night vision cameras on his vehicle spotted a bipedal creature running across the highway. And it could have been a person.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the last one, Russ found several clear footprints in the mud on a sandbar in Washington. The prints were scanned and analyzed, and an anthropologist concluded the impression was not left by a human and definitely was not a hoax.
Woo!
So more footprints.
Yay!
Another fun tidbit. Okay, back in the late 1960s, there were so many reported sightings of Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, or the giant hairy ape in Skamania County, Washington. The county commissioners decided that an ordinance needed to be in place to protect the elusive creature and keep Bigfoot seekers from shooting a bearded elk hunter trapping around in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. The law was originally passed in 1969. Amended in 1984, and today harming Sasquatch within Skamania County's borders could cost you 1 year of jail time and or $1,000 fine.
Yes. Don't shoot Bigfoot.
Don't shoot. All right, last of Alaska, I got to tell you this story. So, as I mentioned, right, you've got that map. See this map?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I love that map. They have little pictures of Bigfoot everywhere where he's been sighted.
And they're color-coded, right? So
yeah.
Yellow is sightings, green, I forgot, there's sound ones, and something else. But they're color-coded. So this one, though, because it's in Pierce County.
Yay!
1983. Okay. So a friend, this is his story. A friend and I were walking home from Sunrise Elementary School in the spring. This is on South Hill in Puyallup. This is very close to about 20 minutes where I live. There was an area of woods we had to go through between gravel pits to get home. We were on an overgrown old logging road that had a ditch on one side. It was on our left as we walked. We were also not too far from some power lines. Both of us had sticks, and we were chopping down dandelions along the trail as we walked. My friend was in front, and I was about 20 feet behind him, chopping what he had missed. As I got to a big patch he missed, I stopped and started chopping away as my friend kept walking. I can see this because that's something I would have done as a kid, right? The ditch was to my back now. Suddenly, I felt like someone was behind me.
Oh, no.
I turned around and was pretty much face to face with a Bigfoot. It was about 8 feet away from me. My guess is it was sleeping or hiding in the ditch and just stood up to see what was going on. It could have reached out and grabbed me with no trouble. I think it was just as surprised to see me as I was to see it. It was standing in a ditch, so it wasn't towering over me, but it was still taller than me. It had red hair like an Irish setter dog and a little bit matted. It had wide shoulders and the eyes looked black, but to be honest, I didn't look for very long. It took me about 2 seconds, then I ran past my friend. He started running in right behind me, asking what was wrong. I just kept yelling to keep running. We ran all the way home. It didn't chase us. We lived on 123rd Street. Now I read and watch all I can on this matter. They are out there. I'm lucky enough to say I know this for sure. Scared the hell out of me. Also noticed, my best guess is that my friend woke it up when he passed it, and then I was standing right there when it finally got up.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Nicole.
Yes. Time and condition. It was right after school, about 3:45 p.m. Lighting was bright, and it was a clear day. So there was a follow-up investigation that the investigator talked to him some more. Talked to him about 40 minutes. And he says that the animal was in the ditch that was covered in Scotch broom, which is a plant, right?
Right.
And he said the road wasn't very wide and the ditch was perhaps 4 feet deep. He estimated that he was 4 to 4.5 feet tall at the time.
Yeah, so 8 foot.
Yep. When I asked him if it reminded him of an orangutan, he said that it was similar to an orangutan's hair, except darker. He kept saying the animal had coarse hair. And when I asked him what he meant by coarse, he compared the term coarse to a dog's hair. He said the hair around the face was darker than the hair on the rest of the body. He said the lips were fuller than an ape's lips. The head was pointy and the hair on the head stood up. So there you go.
That's awesome. Yay.
That's crazy to me.
Bigfoot.
Pierce County, man.
I know you could have seen like the whole time.
Why didn't I ever see a Bigfoot?
You never saw a Bigfoot.
And I walk through a crazy field to get to school sometimes. So hey, who knows?
Maybe that was Bigfoot's field, Nicole.
What if that be crazy? All right. 2 more states to go. We're
2
almost there.
more.
We go down up to Alaska.
Alaska.
Now, Alaska has a few different sea cryptids, but I'm going to discuss the Tizaruk. Yeah, the Tizaruk. The Tizaruk is a serpent-like animal with a 2-meter-long head and a tail with a flipper. It is quite quiet and deadly, as it can snatch people off piers without making a sound, and the Inuit are very afraid of this creature.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Not nice. Tizaruk is translated to the long-tailed one. Very similar to skinwalkers, the Inuit do not talk about the Tizaruk. They believe it has supernatural powers, and if you encounter one, it will cause grave misfortune or death. They believe it can change its shape or size and even become invisible.
No.
The first recorded account of the Tizaruk was made by ethnologist John White, who collected information from the inhabitants of King Island in 1980. He communicated his findings to cryptozoologist Roy P. Mackle, who published them in his book, Searching for Hidden Animals. White reported that the islanders had seen the head and neck and sometimes the tail of the Tizaruk rising out of the water. They said that it could rise up to 7 to 8 feet high and had a snake-like head. They also said that they could attract it by tapping on the insides of their boats. Yeah, Mackle later received more information from some Coast Guard personnel stationed nearby, who told him that the Tizaruk was rare but real and that the Inuit were afraid of it. One of them said that a woman had been killed by a Tizaruk recently when it capsized her boat. Mackle speculated that there were 2 types of unknown marine animals in the Bering Sea. One was a long-necked eared seal, similar to the leopard seal of Antarctica, and the other was a zeuglodon, an extinct whale-like animal.
Ooh, interesting.
So they think there's here's the drawing.
It's
and here's
sort of like a weird
one.
Ooh, the drawing looks kind of like a plesiosaur, but like a short-necked one.
Right. But it's mean, apparently.
But yeah, ooh,
yeah, creepy.
Ooh.
Alaska, man. I believe that because Alaska's out there, right? With the crazy ocean and the waters, and it's cold.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Alaska is wild.
Yeah,
there's
wild.
a lot of stuff
Crazy.
that could hide easily in Alaska. Yeah.
Last one, we made it to Hawaii. We did it.
Woohoo!
All right. Now, the known cryptids here are a race of dwarf people called the Menehune.
Menehune!
You know it.
I do.
All
And the
right.
reason why I know is because Full House.
Oh, that's
And
right.
like Michelle's like was it Michelle or was it no, it was Stephanie that was like the Menehune or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, they are.
Thanks, Full House.
Yes, they are a mythological race of dwarf people who are said to live in the deep forests and hidden valleys of the Hawaiian Islands, far away from human settlements. They are described as superb craftspeople who can build anything from temples to fish ponds to canoes in a single night. They are also skilled musicians and dancers who love to have fun and feast on bananas and fish. The Menehune are very shy and secretive, and they only come out at night to work on their projects. They avoid being seen by humans, and if they are discovered, they will abandon their work and flee. They also have magical powers that allow them to shapeshift, fly, or disappear at will. The origin of the Menehune is unclear. Some sources say they are the descendants of the original settlers of Hawaii who arrived before the Polynesians and were later absorbed or driven away by them. Others say they are purely mythical beings who belong to the realm of spirits and gods. Some even suggest they're aliens or interdimensional travelers who visit Hawaii from time to time. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to go visit
It
Hawaii.
reminds me of like the story of like the shoe elves and
exactly.
It's like the same kind of a thing.
Same kind of story, yeah. Now, there are many structures in Hawaii that are attributed to the Menehune, either by legend or by name. Now, some of them are the Alekoko Fish Pond. This is a large stone-walled pond near Lihue on Kauai that was used to trap and raise fish. According to legend, it was built in one night by 400 Menehune who passed stones along a human chain that stretched 25 miles long. That's cute, right?
That's like busy.
Yeah. It's like ants working.
Yeah.
The pond is also known as the Menehune Fish Pond.
Aw, I like that.
Yes. The Kikialola Ditch. This is an irrigation canal near Waimea on Kauai. Yes, Kauai. That was used to water the taro fields. According to legend, it was dug in one night by the Menehune who used their bare hands and feet to scoop out the earth. The ditch is also known as a Menehune ditch. So you get it. You get the point. Now, were they real? One argument for the reality is that there is some archaeological evidence that supports their presence in Hawaii. For example, some of the structures attributed to them show signs of pre-Polynesian construction techniques, such as dry stone masonry and coral lime mortar. Also, some of the legends mention specific dates and names that correspond to historical records, such as King Kaumoali of Kauai, who conducted a census of the Menehune in 1820.
Interesting.
And another argument for the reality is that there is some genetic evidence that suggests their origin. For example, some studies have found traces of Melanesian DNA in some native Hawaiians, indicating a possible pre-Polynesian migration from Southeast Asia. Also, some studies have found evidence of dwarfism in some ancient Hawaiian skeletons, indicating a possible genetic mutation or adaptation.
Interesting. That's really cool. The Menehune.
Menehune.
Hi. I like that picture.
Yeah.
That's
So
cute.
now we're going to go vacation in Hawaii, right?
Yes.
We're going to go relax and just kind of chill out. Stop visiting all the creepy pig head people.
Oh, stop. Stop bringing that up. Oh my gosh. I don't like the pig heads. Oh. You had to go back there. We were like on this wonderful, peaceful little helpful Menehunes, and then we go back.
But the pig
You
head
keep
came back.
bringing it back to the pig heads.
It's like clowns. I can't stop.
Stop.
I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Won't stop. Oh, but we did it.
We did it. That was such an awesome road trip. My favorite road trip that we've ever done.
I figured.
So
we end on a good note with the story time.
We did. And this is hard for me to say this stuff now. Oh, well, if you guys enjoyed the road trip, please let us know. You can email us at theominousstitch@gmail.com. Like I said, we're going to keep that email going. So please feel free to reach out anytime you guys want to. If you miss us and you want to just quick, hey, we do respond to any email that we get from you guys. We love talking to our stitchers. Now is a fantastic time to reach out to us since it's going to be a little while before you guys hear from us again. So email us at theominousstitch, 2 S's, OMINIOUS. I didn't spell that right.
That was wrong.
I'm not going to spell it. So
OMINOUS.
Ominous. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys know how to spell ominous. Ominousstitch@gmail.com. Yes. Theominousstitch@gmail.com. I've seen that like 100 times, but that's how you can reach us. We're keeping all of our socials open as well. So you can also jump over to our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anything you guys want to reach out to us. We are happy to hear from you guys. We love our stitchers. We love you guys very much. Thank you for hanging out with us for the past 2 years.
We're so happy to have you listen to us.
Yes, we're very happy to have you guys listen to us. So thank you. We've made some awesome friends along the way. We've met people that we never thought we would ever meet.
Right.
And we very much enjoy hanging out with you guys. We still have one more thing to do. So before I start crying again,
don't you do it.
It's movie time.
All right, Stitchers. For our last movie review for this season, we'll just do that. We'll call it that.
Call it a season.
A very, very long season.
Okay. Yes.
I wanted to do this movie when we had a better topic because you know me, I like to mingle them and have them, relate. But
yeah.
But this one, I was like, let's just do this one because I really like this movie.
And I really like this movie too.
Right?
Yes.
So our last week's movie review is Get Out.
Get Out.
Released in 2017, IMDb rating of 7.8 stars and synopsis. A young African-American visits his white girlfriend's parents for the weekend, where his simmering uneasiness about their reception of him eventually reaches a boiling point.
Yeah, it does.
A little.
Oh my gosh. This movie is so freaking good.
It's so good.
It's so
Jordan
uncomfortable.
Peele.
Jordan Peele is a genius.
I
love
him.
He's so good at like just getting right to the heart of any racial issues, or he can just like ride that line. I used to love to watch Key and Peele.
Oh, that's such a great show.
Yeah,
I love that show.
And he approaches it with humor and with an understanding, and it's just like it makes you very uncomfortable and upset,
but it's also scary.
And it's scary. It is so scary. It's like such a fresh, different perspective on a scary movie.
Right.
And it's, I don't know what to say about it. It's
like that social undertones of everything in there, which, I mean, I guess it's not undertones, it's overtones because it's all about like, that.
It's very blatant. Yeah.
Right. But in the most horrific way. What is it? He kept saying the coagula.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have not seen this, I'm shocked because you should have.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Get Out, you need to see Get Out.
We're going to spoil it to death.
Such a brilliant movie.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea.
So much fun. Good
keeps you guessing. Like the first time you see it, you're like, what is happening with the stirring of the spoon?
Oh my gosh, I'm still like baffled. I'm like, how does this all come together? Because they really don't give you everything. They give you enough.
Yeah, there's bits and bits and bits, and the longer you watch it, the more evil everything is, and the more you realize what's going on, and you're just like, holy crap. Like stronger language than holy crap, but like what in the world, like how is this happening, how is this?
And everybody's fine with it. Everybody is so fine with it, and that drives me insane. I think that's the scary part. Like it's just a bunch of rich white people. And it was just such a simple explanation, like
different form of slavery, but still slavery.
Like why? It's like because we want to be different. And they're just so like nonchalant about it.
It's upsetting. It's like the same way that Midsummer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Like it's natural for them.
It's nothing. It's very like, this is the way things are. Like it makes you feel like you're crazy for thinking that it's insane.
Exactly. Yeah. And the whole end of this culmination of the ending, it's just so intense, but it's not, because you've noticed like no one's screaming. Like, everybody's like quiet.
They're just calm. They're calm and quiet, and it's not overdone. It feels very like real. Mm-hmm. And that it gets you. It's so good.
But then you have the comedic relief with his friend, and like that's like wine. Like,
oh yes, yes.
TSA.
Yes. What's his name?
Lil Ray Howery is his name.
Oh, okay. The
Rod
TSA. He's like, I'm a TSA agent. Like, oh, he was brilliant. He was so freaking good.
He's written really well, and he acts it really well.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So good. It was so good. And like, I love, what's his name? The main actor. Daniel.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh, I think we've talked about him. Yeah, because he was in Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just fun. So good.
Yeah. He's in Black Panther, which I love.
Yeah. He's so good.
And Allison Williams scared the crap out of me. She is like so good about on a dime, just like being like a really good like.
She can just
distress
flip.
And then and it feels like she could do that in real life, and that's what scares me.
And Catherine Keener.
I love her. Bradley Whitford.
You hate them so much in this movie, but like, because they're so freaking good
at it,
but
though.
Like, and Stephen Root. I love Stephen Root. I hated him in this movie, but I love him. It's the cast is so good.
It's perfect.
The concept of the movie is
so different, but
insane.
Not.
It's brilliant. Like Jordan Peele is brilliant. He is brilliant. And this was like his first like scary movie that he put out, right? I want to say this is like one of the first ones that really got him on the map.
Oh yeah. This was his first one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. It was this, and then did Nope come out, and then no, it was the
Us.
Us, yes.
Us came out, which I never watched.
I haven't seen it either.
Because I was spoiled. I got all the spoilers, and I was like, I just don't want to watch this. But yeah, it was in Us, the Nope, and he did another one, I thought, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know, but he's so fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I like.
How many stitches?
It's a 9. It's so good. It's so good. Like, it kept me surprised. It felt fresh.
You've seen it.
It made me very angry.
Yeah.
Which is what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And it made me like, it was just so good.
It's one of those movies you can watch over and over.
Yeah. I'm sure. I am like, you find new things every single time you watch it. Because the first time you watch it, you're just like shocked.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And then the second time you watch it, because you know where the story's going, you start picking up all the subtleties that are happening everywhere. And you're just like, dude.
Now, here's my thing. I always have to have a thing, right?
Yeah.
If the camera, and spoiler alert, if the camera flash is what triggers them.
Yeah. Like, why wasn't he flashing everything?
That, or like, I'm sure they've taken pictures before. Do they not take pictures ever of themselves? Like, they're rich people. I'm sure they do.
Yeah. If they do, they just.
The flash does that? Like, that's the other thing. Did they know that? It didn't seem like they did.
I don't know. That wasn't something that was discussed.
Yeah.
It just happened that one time, and they're like, oh, okay, this is why.
Right.
And then they had to reprogram. Yeah.
We live in this society where everything is online. So if you're seeing them missing, wouldn't you know, like, if they're missing, someone probably seen them in that town at some point and be like, hey, look, it's the missing guy.
Well,
or women.
Yeah. And then that brings up another layer of the social injustice and
because they're black.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane to me.
Right?
It's insane.
It's another reason to hate like racism and hate like just I can't say words.
This was a infuriating but poignant movie.
Yeah.
Horror movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
It's so
I'll
good.
give it a 9 too.
Yeah. Oh, yay.
Yay.
It's a good movie to go out on. Such a good movie. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, we have to say goodbye.
I know.
Well, listeners, again, this isn't goodbye. This is see you Stitchers.
Yeah.
And
we'll be back.
And my thing for us, I think, is also like we keep talking about it, but eventually we'll have probably our own store.
Mm-hmm.
So look out for that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's what our ambitions are too.
Yeah.
So.
And keep reaching out to us because we love you guys. We love our Stitchers. We do this for you, and we are going to come back, and we will continue doing this probably on a different format. But
that's okay.
It's just keep reaching out for us and keep finding us. And until next time, we'll see you, Stitchers.
See you, Stitchers.